Hi everyone, and thank you for watching. This is a pick a card tarot reading for Are They in Love with Me? So this can apply to any connection you have, anyone who's on your mind. This could be your partner, and maybe you're wondering, are they really in love with me? This could be a crush of yours, or like a romantic interest, or someone you're just kind of talking to. This could even be like an ex boyfriend, girlfriend, or someone from your past, whoever. This is just a person on your mind, and you're wondering, are they in love with me? And yeah, so we're gonna get into their feelings and see how deep their feelings really go, or is this something more surface level to them? So we have 3 piles here, and when you're ready to pick a pile, you can go ahead and click the timestamp. So the first pile is this hematite stone. It is very sparkly. You can just sort of see it in the light. I don't know, it's kind of hard to see, but yeah. Pile number 2, we have this beautiful unicorn stone. Try to get a good look at that. There's a lot of colors going on here. And then pile number 3 is the peacock stone. This is super colorful here. I always like to show off these crystals and stones because they're just so beautiful. Yeah, so you can go ahead and pick a pile and I'll get right to it. Hi there, pile number 1. You chose the hematite stone. So it is very sparkly. I want you to get a good look at it, but my lighting is really not great right now. But it's gray, but it's sparkly. It's dull, but it's pretty at the same time. So we want to know, is this person on your mind? Are they in love with you? So first I'm gonna roll the dice here. Get some clues. So we have the sign of Virgo. So this person could possibly be a Virgo, sun, moon, or rising, or maybe you are, but it doesn't have to be. But there's something about this sign. It could also be about timing, like Virgo season or the Virgo full moon. We also have Jupiter here. So Jupiter is the planet of expansion. And so whatever feelings, this tells me right away that whatever feelings this person has, they are definitely expanding. So we'll get more into it as the reading goes on, but even if this person is not currently in love with you, it's definitely like their feelings grow stronger every day. So with this planet coming up, there is a lot of potential for this connection to really grow, and there's a lot of growth happening. And that will continue to happen. So I do feel like this person's feelings for you are very large. They're larger than life, and it's something that just continues to keep on growing and getting bigger. Jupiter is also connected to Pisces and Sagittarius, so that could also be relevant. And then we have 9, and speaking of 9, this also relates to the sign of Sagittarius because it is connected to the 9th house. And this number is also about expansion and growth. I know in astrology, the 9th house is all about travel and learning more and seeing more and experiencing more. So this person definitely wants more with you. So I wouldn't be surprised if this is like a friend, or maybe you're in the beginning stages of a relationship, but like there is a lot of potential to grow here. I feel like this person wants more. Okay, they want more than what is in the current situation. And the only other thing I see here is that 9 can signify like an ending, but I feel like this is more like an ending that leads to a new beginning. Okay, so you could sort of be coming to a close in like a cycle with this person, but the next cycle coming up is going to be like an even bigger one with them, if that makes sense, because really there really is no ending when it comes to like, especially when it comes to astrology and spirit and numerology and any type of spirituality. It's like an ending actually denotes a brand new beginning. So I feel like there is some kind of phase or cycle that you're closing out with them, but it's not like the final end. It's like it's gonna restart again, but like even bigger and grander. So I will put that aside and we can get into your cards. So this first card here is the red and white rose. So this is right away. This is a very romantic card. And this is coming from a deck. This is coming from the Alchemy deck. And this is not necessarily a romantic deck. So seeing the rose come up is a pretty big deal. So I do feel like there is a lot of romance involved in this connection, at least in this person's mind, in their head. There's also, so I feel like there is definitely romantic potential here, but at the same time, there is definitely a strong physical connection here. And so I feel like my only worry here would be to make sure that it's not strictly physical, but like the physical aspect is definitely there. So I can totally say that this person is attracted to you. But I do feel like that attraction goes hand in hand with the external as well as the internal. So they definitely acknowledge your outside beauty, but they also see your inside beauty too. So this is already a really great card to have. So let's see what else we have. Now let's look at your romance angel cards. Let go of control issues. Let your friends help you. And trust. So, okay. So there are definitely some issues going on here. This is not a picture perfect connection. There's some trust issues going on here. And I feel like you're not really sure if you can trust this person, and I feel like it kind of goes both ways where they're also not really sure if they can trust you. So someone in this relationship does have control issues here. Now, it doesn't have to be you, it could be you. But I do feel like this is more likely going to be the person you're dealing with. They really like to be in control, and I think that being in love scares them because it makes them feel very out of control. And I almost feel like it's more like they don't trust themselves. And it's not necessarily you who they don't trust. It's more like they don't trust themselves. I think that this person, they could definitely kind of lean on their friends to keep your connection going. So like they could kind of use their friends as sort of like a buffer, or maybe your friends. Maybe they feel like talking to your friends about you kind of feels like a safer method than like actually talking to you, or they could like try to get their friends to talk to you for them so they can kind of like, I definitely see them like using friends, maybe mutual friends, like as a buffer. So it's like they just find it easier to like go through other people to talk to you and to connect with you rather than like go to you directly or go to you alone. And yeah, so let's see. Let's take a look at what the other cards say. Supermoon, emotions are running high. Work through your fears. New moon in Scorpio. It's time to release negativity. Full moon in Scorpio. So we have double Scorpio energy here. So this is a very strong sign popping up. So they might be Scorpio, Sun, Moon, Rising, or maybe you are. Also Scorpio, Venus could totally be possible. So this is very intense here. These three cards popping up together. This is very intense energy. First of all, emotions are running high. So this person does have a lot of strong emotions towards you. So we can confirm that this really is not just strictly physical. I mean, they definitely are attracted to you physically, but like this goes super deep. And not only that, but Scorpio is a very deep and intense energy. So this definitely confirms that their feelings for you are, they're not surface level, they're not lighthearted or basic. Their feelings for you are, they run so deep, like a river, like so deep, like far more than you can see. And you might not even believe me as you're hearing this, but it's like definitely more than meets the eye. This is not a very like in your face type of love. This is something that you do have to really like read between the lines. You have to kind of pick up on like the tiny signals that they're sending you. They are definitely like sending you many signals. They're definitely speaking to you in like code, but like on the surface, you would have no idea how much they really care for you. You would really have to like read between the lines, really like dig deep to figure out like, oh wow, this like, it's all in the details. Like this person are they're definitely like, yeah, this also reminds me of, because at the beginning of your read we did roll Virgo, and Virgo energy is also very much like picking apart and really looking into the details. So, you know, from a big picture perspective, you might not realize how much this person cares about you, but it's like you really have to zoom in. You really have to like pay attention to those little things. There are a lot of hints and signals that you might not be picking up on, or maybe you see them and you kind of question it and you're like, am I overreacting? Am I like making this a bigger thing than it is? But no, you're not. Like this is very much real. Okay. So I'm going to pull your tarot cards, but let's put these cards aside so we can make some more room here. Okay. So we will start with these 3 cards here. So we have the Chariot, we have Ace of Pentacles, and 9 of Pentacles. So we have some earth energy coming up. So again with the Virgo, but earth can also be Taurus or Capricorn. And we also have a 9 here too. So this is a repeating theme because I did roll a 9 in the beginning of the spread. So it's interesting that the 1 and the 9 are next to each other. And I feel like this is really going off of what I said in the beginning, and that you could be sort of coming to the end of a cycle with this person, but it's like a new cycle with them is about to begin. So it's like a brand new chapter sort of happening between the two of you. And I feel like if things have been really stagnant and stuck for a while, it's kind of like just now things are really starting to pick up and movement is actually happening. Yeah, I mean, speaking of movement, like the Chariot, this card is all about movement. And this is also Cancer energy too. So that sign is also there. Yeah, this person really wants more with you. They really want to explore. So if there is a part of them that's like unsure if they love you, it's really because they want to learn more about you, and they could feel like your connection with each other has been like a little distant, or it's been like just not as much as they want. Like this person is definitely seeking more from you. And in their mind, they could think like the only reason why they wouldn't be sure if they love you is that they feel like there's more that they need to know about you, and they really want to like explore different sides of you and different parts of you, and both on a physical and emotional level. Yeah, and they seem like very optimistic about your future with one another. They feel like there's going to be better things looking ahead between the two of you. And some of you, they could even be planning a trip with you, or there could be some type of travel involved between the two of you, possibly. Another thing about the Pentacles is not only earth sign energy, but this can also speak about work or school. So I feel like it's pretty likely that either you work with this person or maybe you go to school with them, or something involving like business or learning. Um, yeah, and this person definitely likes to be in control. I feel like they do have a lot of dominant energy here. And this is also someone who is very independent and they don't like to admit when they need someone. So, yeah, that is another thing that could hold them back from love, that they just don't like, they're very uncomfortable with that feeling of being out of control. Like they love to know what they're doing, they love to be the leader, they love to like have the most experience out of anyone, and you could be someone who's very new to them, very different than someone they're used to. And so, yeah. Um, so let's pull some more cards. We have the Chariot in reverse. Wow, that's wild. Look at this. I pulled the Chariot twice. So, yes, this one came up in reverse, but still, the fact that I pulled both of these cards from two separate decks, that is just wild. Um, gotta love when that happens. 3 of Wands, reverse. 5 of Swords, reverse. 3 of Cups, reverse. A lot of reverse. Wow. Don't be scared by all the reversals, too. 9 of Pentacles, reverse. We have another repeating card. We have 9 of Pentacles coming up twice. And more Pentacles. We have 8 of Pentacles in reverse. Wow. Okay, that's definitely odd that every single card came up in reverse. That is weird. And definitely don't take that as a negative thing. That's actually kind of wild. It's very, very rare for when you're pulling reversals for literally all of them to come out. It's just as rare as every single one coming up upright. You know, like there's bound to be some kind of mix. So this tells me that this is very intense energy. The fact that all of these 6 cards are facing the same direction, that's pretty wild. It's also wild that we had 2 double pulls. We have the Chariot twice and we have 9 of Pentacles twice. These are very significant cards, and I will explain what they mean, but I would definitely, if you're into tarot, if you're familiar with those cards, you know, definitely pay attention. And if you're new to tarot or you don't really know the meanings, I would really look into these 2 cards because they obviously are of significance for you. And again, that's the Chariot and the 9 of Pentacles. So yeah, it's crazy that they all came out the same direction. And the fact that it's reverse, I do feel like their feelings for you are just very like hidden. They're very suppressed. They're very like I said, it's very much about like reading between the lines with this person. It's not obvious. They're not going to be flashy about their feelings. Okay, so take that as guidance that just because they're not super showy about their feelings for you doesn't mean that they don't have them. This person could just be more secretive and maybe more on the shyer side. And like I said again, they just really love to be in control. So they don't like being in situations that could potentially make them feel powerless, or it's like they always have to be in the driver's seat. But you definitely make them feel very out of control here, which it's like they love it and they hate it at the same time. It's like their soul loves it because that's exactly what they need, but their ego hates it because it's uncomfortable for them and it's just not what they're used to. This is like kind of a control freak here. Okay, so now another thing I'm seeing is that this person feels like they kind of need to wait for you, or like they might feel like you need to wait for them. I feel like this person is possibly not quite ready to receive this love here, even though they want it. It's like this person still has a lot of growth that they need to do. And this person could definitely be like more on the immature side. And it's like they just have a lot of growing up that they need to do. And this person could really struggle to like work for what they want. They could be someone who like kind of expects things to fall into their lap and they don't really realize that they have to put work into this. So like they could be expecting you to make all the moves and that's why they're holding back, but like they do have a lot of growing up to do before they can like truly commit themselves to you. They, they could even be kind of petty at times. And, it's like the fact that they are sending you all these codes and signals and kind of like expecting you to read their mind as opposed to like just being straight up honest with you and telling them their feelings for you. That definitely shows me that like they are on like more of the immature side, and just don't expect like a confessional out of this person. Don't expect them to like use their words really or use them perfectly at least. They're kind of like they're holding back. They want you to come to them, but it's kind of like a lose-lose situation because even if you were the one to make the moves and go reach out to them, it's like they're not even fully ready for you. So, like, my advice would be don't chase after them, and you might have to kind of wait for this person. Yeah, I definitely I do see some stagnant energy here. So it is going to take some time for the two of you to really grow with one another, but if you are willing to wait, if you are willing to have patience with them and kind of wait for them to grow up, there's definitely a lot of a potential here for expansion, but it's like more so up to you because like I said, like you will have to wait for this person before they can truly confess their feelings for you. This person might even have a drinking problem too, or they might go out with their friends a little too often when they're supposed to be going to work or studying or something like that, or like being a mature adult. So you do have that there. Trying to see if there's anything else. Yeah, I believe that's all for the tarot, but I am going to still pull a few more cards. So we have the Hidden Truth Oracle. So we're going to look at some messages that their subconscious is sending out to you. You don't know how hard it was to let you go. I look for you everywhere. I bury myself in work to forget you. I hope that you can forgive me one day. So this person definitely could be from your past, or they could feel like some kind of rift happened between the two of you. For whatever reason, I feel like this person is kind of pushing you away, and it's really difficult for them. But they kind of feel like they're not like totally worthy of you. And I think that maybe could be because they're on the immature side. They could be a drinker or a partier, or like even just like, even if they are a very hard worker, and even if they're like using work or school to kind of distract themselves from you, it just kind of shows that they are sort of lacking in their emotional IQ. And it's like they have a lot of emotions that they feel like they're not fully ready to face. Okay, so I want to try to wrap this reading all together. So is this person in love with you? I feel like it looks like this person definitely could be in love with you. And if they aren't, they're on their way. They're getting there. I do feel like for a lot of you, this person might possibly even be like too immature to even be like capable of love. So if this person isn't in love with you, it's not because of you, it's because of like them and their capability, and they have a lot of emotional growth to go through. So maybe they're on the younger side and they just need a few more years to like really be in the adult world and like just grow up. Or they could be like older. They could be much older than you, but just emotionally they're not there yet. So they just need the universe to really push them to grow. I do feel like the universe does have a plan for them to like really grow up. And so they might even have some really hard times ahead. But this is because like the universe is trying to really like shape them into a more understanding and empathetic person. And so I think this person does want more with you, but you're going to have to wait. You're going to have to wait a little bit longer than expected. Okay, so ultimately it's up to you. You could say, no, I'm not wasting my time waiting on this person, and you could decide to move on to someone else. Or if you really feel like this person is your destined soulmate, then waiting could definitely be worth it. I think it's better to kind of wait for this person to grow up and come to that realization themselves that they're in love with you, rather than you to settle for the immature version of them. There's like a lot of things that they need to go through before they can commit. Okay, so that's the overall vibe I'm getting. I hope you enjoyed this reading. If you feel like it didn't resonate at all, then this pile is not for you. Then I would go ahead and pick a different pile. Definitely like don't force a message if it doesn't feel right. You got to listen to your intuition and know what's meant for you. This is a very general public reading after all. Um and yeah, but I really hope you enjoyed it, and thank you for watching. And please give a thumbs up and subscribe and share and like and all the good stuff. And I love your positive comments, they're awesome. And yeah, much love. Namaste. Hi there, pile number 2. You chose the unicorn stone. And I wish my lighting was better right now so you can truly see how pretty it is. But yeah, it's a lovely stone. So let's get right into your reading. I'm going to start by rolling the dice here. And we are looking to see this person on your mind. Are they in love with you? So we're going to really look at their feelings and see how deep these feelings really are. Okay. Okay, so first we have Gemini here. So this person or you could be sun, moon, or rising Gemini, maybe Venus Gemini, but doesn't have to be. This could also speak about timing. So that would be like Gemini season or like a full moon in Gemini. We also have the planet Uranus. So, and then we have the number 7. And this also corresponds with Libra here. And yeah, also Uranus also corresponds with Aquarius. So Libra, Aquarius, as well as Gemini. And I just realized those are all 3 of the air signs. So right away, air is coming up. It's very prominent. So again, air sign, sun, moon, rising could be you or them. This also tells me with this air energy coming out, this is a very intellectual connection you have together. I feel like there's a lot of importance on communication here. So I feel like this is someone who you do talk to a lot on a pretty frequent basis. Air is also thoughts too, so definitely could be thinking of one another a lot. So this Uranus here tells me like, this is very like, what's the word? I don't want to say like strange, but like kind of like offbeat. So either this person on your mind could be someone who's like really offbeat and strange, or they could maybe find you to be like someone who's more like quirky and like definitely not in a bad way, like in like a rebellious way, really, like a person who marches to the beat of their own drum. So yeah, this could also be like the connection itself between the two of you could be a little like different, like maybe like unconventional. Okay, so it could be like maybe this is a same-sex relationship. It's not like your typical, normal, assumed type of relationship or connection. This could be like you could both come from different backgrounds. There could be like an age gap here. There could be like a big difference in culture or religion or something like that. But there is something like very different and unique here between the two of you. I do feel like this person is very introverted. Um, but at the same time, I feel like they have the potential to have very like stimulating conversation. So I feel like normally they're very like introverted on the quieter side, but like once you get them to talk, you can't get them to shut up. So, and that could also be like the energy between the two of you. Like maybe you talk at really like random times, you know, maybe it's like it's very unexpected when the two of you run into each other and have like a good conversation, but like those rare moments that you do, it's like a really like deep and thoughtful and stimulating conversation with one another. Okay, and just I feel like the energy could be like very random here. So it could also be like getting mixed messages too. Gemini is also the twins here. So you could feel like this person is a little bit two-faced. Like one moment you swear that they're in love with you, and then the next moment, like you think you don't even know if they know that you exist. You know, it's like very flip-flopped back and forth. So yeah, it could definitely get some mixed signals here. So I'm gonna put the dice aside and look at your tarot cards. So we have Saturn. So I am just gonna take a sip of water here. Okay, so Saturn is also connected to Aquarius, as well as Capricorn too. So this person is coming up with like very disciplined energy, and I feel like they hold themselves back from you. I feel like this person could be like extremely mature to the point where like they were forced to grow up before they were ready. They could have been like their childhood could come from a situation where like they had to take on more responsibility than they should have. They could have been like the oldest sibling, or they could have dealt with parents who were just not very capable, so they had to really like take on that responsible role from a young age, and this is something that's remained with them their whole life. They could currently be in a situation where they're like taking on too much responsibility, like way more than they should, especially like at work too. This person could even be like a workaholic, or they just work way too much, and they could have like a manager or supervisor role where it's like they have more responsibility than they're getting paid for, basically. And yeah, I think this person struggles to play. They struggle to let themselves have fun and let loose. It's kind of like they're just always in work mode. Yeah, and because of this attitude that they have, they could feel like they have to keep themselves away from you. And I feel like they see you as someone who's like really fun, and they either feel like they can't handle that, like they don't know how to have fun, so like they don't even know how to act around you because of that. Or they could like be scared, they could be insecure that they're too serious for you and it's kind of intimidating, and it's like they feel like you're always having fun, and meanwhile they're like juggling way more than they should be. So let's pull some more cards here. Let's get into your romance angel cards. Flirt. Passion. And free yourself. Wow. So I'm getting like a really clear message here. So this person is, this really just bounces off of what I literally just said. Like, this person is very, and no, I did not look ahead at the cards, so I didn't expect these ones to pop out, but it's totally making sense here. Like, this is a very serious and like overly serious and like overly responsible person, and you just open up this side of them that's like so like flirty and passionate and playful, and you make them feel free. And it's like, I feel like you just have this really fun and exciting energy. And I feel like you're more on like the spiritual and emotional side, and whereas this person is more like logical and like overly rational, and like they just like they really struggle to like let go and let loose and have fun. But that's something that they do love about you. They love that you bring out this side of them. Okay, this person likes to flirt with you. They feel very passionate around you, and they feel like you free them from these chains that they wear. And yeah, it's like a super straightforward message, but we're going to keep pulling more cards here. Just going to move these over. Okay. So we have Aquarius popping up again. So like Aquarius is a big sign here because it's literally right here. And it came up with Saturn, which is the ancient ruler of Aquarius, and Uranus, which is the modern planet / ruler of Aquarius. Get that to focus. Okay, so, and then of course we also have Aries here too. Okay, so I feel like this person they definitely want to make a move on you, and they've been holding themselves back for sure, and they've been trying to kind of like tone it down and play it cool, but like you give them this like fiery passion, and it's like building up inside of them. And so they are definitely planning on making a move very soon in the near future. They want to be honest with you, and they also feel like they can show themselves a side of you that they don't show with the world. And that's exactly what I've been saying, like that fun side of them. Like, you make them feel like they can have fun again, and they can be silly and they can be childish around you, and they just really love that because they don't really get to be like that with anyone else in their life. But it's like they feel safe being just like fun and silly around you. Yeah, I definitely see a potential for the two of you in the future because this energy is gaining momentum. So it's not like this is not the end. Okay, they've been holding themselves back for like a while, but things are speeding up, things are opening up between the two of you. And it's honestly, it's only a matter of them feeling more comfortable with you and spending more time with you and really building up that nerve to actually take action and do something rather than just like think about it. Because I feel like they've been spending a lot of time thinking and like kind of stuck in their head and just thinking about you in general, and maybe even thinking about like, what can I do to speed things up, or what can I do to move forward with this person? And it's just been thinking. It's like, okay, now it's time for you to actually do something. So I think they are definitely, it's like that fire is building up inside of them, and they're gonna explode soon enough. Okay. It could even possibly be during the next new moon. Okay, so this is a timeless reading, so this applies to whenever you're watching it, but I would pull out your calendar, your moon calendar, and pay attention to when the next new moon is, because that could definitely be when they plan on doing something. Yeah, and they really, like, they hate how they get uptight around you. Like, I'm sorry, let me rephrase that. They hate, like, those moments when they hold themselves back from you, and they wish that they could be braver. They wish that they could, like, get out of their head and actually do something with you. Okay, so I'm going to pull these aside and we're going to look at your tarot cards. So okay. So we have the King of Cups here. We have the 10 of Wands. And we have, I believe that this is Strength here. No, I'm sorry. This is the Sun. Not Strength. This is the Sun. So, okay. So the Sun here is Leo energy. Okay, fire, also fire signs, and water. Fire and water here. So the King of Cups, this is definitely a very emotional type of person here when it comes to the meaning of this card. But definitely like someone who, they do not show their emotions on the surface, but their emotions do run deep here. 10 of Wands. So this person does carry like a weight on their shoulders. They do kind of like carry a burden. And again, I feel like this speaks about that huge amount of responsibility that they take on when really they shouldn't. But it's just like they take on all of this, all these responsibilities that they shouldn't, and they feel like they have to be in control all the time. but you show them the sun here. Like, you teach them how to be positive. You bring out that like bubbly and cheerful side in them. And I do feel like they do feel very optimistic about this connection between the two of you, and they definitely acknowledge that they have a lot of emotions for you, even if they are kind of hidden and not really like right on the surface. Um, but at the same time, it's like that they can't get rid of that logical side of them and that like really rational voice where they're like, they do take your connection very seriously because they just are a naturally, I don't want to say that they're a naturally serious person, because I feel like at the root of it, they are this like fun and playful person, but it's more like these life circumstances that they've gone through have really forced them to be more mature than they should be. So they really can't fully shake that. Even though you do bring out this like fun and youthful, optimistic side in them, they can't get rid of that perception that they have been conditioned to have. By just taking on more work than they should. Okay, so let's see what your other cards say. Page of Swords reverse. Nine of Swords. Page of Coins. The Six of Swords reverse. More swords. Ten of Swords reverse. And Page of Wands reverse. Okay. So, like, we do have all the elements showing up, and so, you know, this person could be any zodiac sign, but, like, we are heavy on the air here. We are heavy on the swords, which represents air, and again, your air is going to be Aquarius, Libra, and Gemini. Okay, so just throughout this whole reading, I have been getting like very heavy air energy, but again, that could be a sign for some of you, but don't limit yourself to that because all the signs, all the elements are here. But yeah, that could be significant to some of you. We have 3 pages coming out as well. Swords, coins, and wands. So communication is strong. And again, to bring up air again, air represents communication. So, as well as swords. So there is something really big about communication here. I don't know if this is, like, I feel like you are in communication with this person. Like, I don't feel like this is a no contact situation. But if it is, like, if you really haven't spoken to this person in forever, then this could be a sign that you will talk to them soon, because there is just like so much communication going on. They could definitely, like, if you do speak to them frequently, I feel like they replay your conversations with them over and over, and they remember a lot of things you say. They remember a lot of things that the two of you talked about. And yeah, they definitely plan on speaking to you more. They really like to talk to you. I feel like, you know, communication might be blunt at times. Like, like I said, like you could talk to each other at like very random and unexpected moments, and then like the conversation could just pop up out of nowhere, and then it could just end like very bluntly, very quickly. This person could be pretty sharp with their words too. Sometimes like a little bit too blunt. um but it can also be very like wishy-washy at the same time. Like I feel like you're never 100% sure when you're going to speak to them next, or like, is it going to be, are we going to talk for a while, or is it going to be a quick thing and then they have to go somewhere, like something like that. It kind of keeps you on your toes that way. And yeah, it could be kind of stagnant energy at times. This person could speak very slowly too. Honestly, like I feel like their communication is all over the place. Like sometimes they speak to you very slowly and quietly, and then other times they're loud, and they could even be like shouting one moment and whispering the next. Like it feels very like sporadic and like all over the place. Um, what else am I seeing here? Um, so you know, this card here really like represents anxiety. So this person is quite anxious about you. They could have trouble sleeping. They could be thinking about you a lot, especially like as they're falling asleep. They have you on their mind. With these two cards, I feel like this person has tried to move on from you. They might have even tried to cut you out of their life at some point, or just like put some distance between the two of you, but it's like they can't. Like they feel very attracted to you, and it's like they try to walk away, but they just can't. Or they'll like cut you off just to come right back to you. Like it's kind of like this person cannot make up their mind. Like they are very indecisive. There's two different sides to them. It's like, yeah, it's very all over the place. So I can totally see what led you to this reading and why you are feeling confused about them. So I'm going to pull from the Hidden Truth Oracle now and look at some messages that this person is sending you from their subconscious. I want you. That's very straightforward there. You came closer than anyone. The timing just wasn't right for us. I left when I saw you with someone. All right, so this person might think that you have someone else. Maybe you do have someone else, or maybe it's just like all in their head. Okay, this person could be kind of on the jealous side. They could be a little bit paranoid. And so they could be assuming that you're interested in someone else, possibly. There's something about timing that's kind of holding them back from you. Or they could feel like the two of you had like a missed opportunity in the past, but there could definitely be more hope for the future. But they are like very focused on you here. And yeah, you came closer than anyone else. So they feel closer to you than they really have with anyone else. So it's like if this person is not in love with you, then they must have never loved anyone in their life, because you're like at the top of the list for them. They are very focused on you, directed on you. Yeah, so for the overall message of this reading, I feel like this person they can be very back and forth, and it's like one moment they're being extremely direct towards you, and they could be telling you they want you, or they could just be like, it could be their body language or something is very like blunt and direct with you, and you're like, oh yeah, this person is totally in love with me. But then it's like the next moment they're very, very distant, or like just leaving you confused. So it feels like this person has two different sides to them. And the thing is, a lot of it comes down to how they were raised, and not only their childhood, but even like their teen years. If this person's older, like even their 20s, maybe their 30s, like really shaped them into who they are, and brought a lot of serious experiences in which they were really forced to take on more responsibility than they should. But they do really love how you bring out that fun and playful and youthful side of them. Okay, so I think this person very likely could be in love with you here. I think that there are times when in their mind they're like, yes, I love this person, I am in love with them. But then I think sometimes it's kind of like it feels like life gets in the way, and they can't focus on you, and they can't give you the attention that you deserve, because it's like they're very busy, they have a lot of stuff going on. They could be workaholics, they could be just have a lot of stuff going on, and that's really the one thing that keeps them apart from you. But yeah, I do see a lot of good potential between the two of you for sure, and there's definitely emotions going on here. Okay, so I really hope you like this reading. I hope it helped and it resonated. If you feel like it did not resonate at all, then I would go ahead and pick a pile. This pile is not for you in that case. And I also have plenty of other readings too for pick a card readings on my channel, so check those out. But I really hope this reading helped, and definitely let me know in the comments. Please keep it positive, but totally comment what you think. Thumbs up and subscribe, and all of that is much appreciated. And I wish you all the love, and namaste. Hey there, pile number 3. You chose the Peacock Stone, and it's a very lovely, colorful stone, and really wish my lighting was better so you could see it more clearly. But yeah, beautiful stone, beautiful pick. But let's get right into your reading. So I'm going to start by rolling the dice here. So you have a person on your mind here, and we want to know, are they in love with you? We want to know how deep these feelings run, and we want to see what exactly they're thinking, what they feel about you. Okay, so we have Sagittarius and Venus, and the number 2. Okay, so right away, you or this person could be Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, or Rising, or maybe Venus, but doesn't have to be. Okay, Venus is also connected to Libra and Taurus, and the number 2 is also connected to Taurus, the second zodiac sign. Okay, so either of those signs could stick out to you, Sag, Libra, Taurus, but don't fret if those signs, if you do not, or this person does not have those signs. Okay, we're gonna keep going and more signs will definitely pop up. But yeah, it just might be significant for some of you. So right away, you know, Sagittarius energy tells me this is all about expansion and growth. So I do feel like this person on your mind, they do want to grow with you. Also, like Venus, this is the planet of love. The first 2 piles did not get Venus. This is literally as love as it gets. Like, this is literally the planet of love. I don't think any other planet really conveys love the way that Venus does. Like, it's literally the planet of love. Some also say the planet of war, but not like the Mars type of war, but more like fighting for the person you love type of war here. And number 2, now this number is all about giving. This is like the most selfless number in numerology. 6 is also a pretty selfless number, just to add. But yeah, looking at the number 2, this is all about like giving and focusing on someone else, focusing on your other half. So yeah, like right away, this person is feeling the love and they want more of it too. They actually feel like it's not even enough. Like they want to keep going. They want to expand this love. So yeah, we have a lot of cards to pull, so we're really gonna get into more of the specifics. But like right away, like just from this dice roll, this looks really good. This looks very promising, okay? I think it's gonna be a pretty positive spread for you. Yeah, I'm trying to see if there's anything else I could get, but I don't think so because I think that was pretty straightforward, okay? So yeah, we definitely have some romantic feelings stirring up here. So your first card here is Ash. So there is something about like a rebirth here. I think this is a very transformative connection that the two of you have. This is very much like I'll never be the same, or like we'll never be the same. It's like you have caused such an impact on this person's life that like they know that like just from meeting you, like you kind of shook up their world. And even if you were to completely disappear tomorrow, this person would still feel forever changed because of you, because of just from knowing you. So yeah, like you feel like this person could even feel like you changed them for the better. So like before you, this could be someone who maybe they just weren't such a good person, or maybe they were like maybe they were a little bit sketchy. Maybe they were like a player before they met you, but it's like you made this person want to change. You made them want to be better. Okay, so it's a beautiful message. And now let's keep going. Let's get into your romance angel oracle. Romantic feelings. Forgiving and learning. Healing family issues. Okay, so just give me one moment. Okay, so this first card here definitely tells me that they do have romantic feelings for you. I do already kind of say that they are in love with you, but you know, we're gonna keep digging deeper, and we're gonna look at your full spread here, but like it already looks pretty good. I think this is someone who used to be like a grudge holder, and a lot of this had to do with their family. I feel like they were raised by parents who were very strict and were very harsh and not very understanding. And so it's like their childhood taught them to hold grudges, to keep score, to count things against people. And yeah, they could have a lot of beef going on with their own family. They could be, I feel like this is something more like before they met you. They had a lot of family drama going on. Okay, now whether that's with their parents, mom or dad, or with a sibling, maybe like a cousin. Okay, maybe their kid or their kids, if they do have any. But yeah, there was a lot of drama going on in that department, and I feel like they come from a family that like just doesn't forgive. And I feel like since knowing you, they have learned how to forgive and how to let go of the past for whatever reason. And I feel like you specifically have helped them heal these family issues that they've been dealing with all their life. And yeah, I feel like you've just taught them to open up their heart and really like, you know, instead of punishing people, instead of getting mad at them for something that they did like 10 years ago, to just like move forward and have grace. And you taught them that lesson that like forgiving someone is more about your own peace of mind rather than their peace of mind. And they're just like a lot more open-hearted since knowing you. And yeah, it's really beautiful. You really like have touched their heart. And I feel like they could have noticed you and they could have observed you being very forgiving towards others. And I feel like they've never known anyone who did that. And they're so used to people, especially their family. They're so used to people getting mad at each other and holding grudges and not letting things go. But like, they watched you, they observed you dealing with other people who treated you wrong, and they watched you handle it with grace, and they found that to be very inspiring. And they said, it's kind of like before knowing you, they were like, oh, people who forgive easily are just pushovers, and you know, they're letting people treat them the way they, you know, the way they like they're yeah, they're pushovers. They're letting people walk all over them. Like, they're weak. You know, you have to be strong. You have to hold on to things and remember the people who did you wrong. But like, just from watching you, they're like, wow, it actually takes a lot more strength to have grace and to forgive people and to move forward. And so you taught them this extremely powerful and spiritual lesson in life. Okay, so let's keep going with some more cards. Okay, so we have hold your vision, fixed moon, conclusions are within reach, full moon eclipse, and full moon in Gemini. The answers you need are coming. Interesting. So you're definitely waiting on something from this person, and it's like you can't, I feel like you're seeking closure with this person. This could be someone who maybe you had a falling out with them, or maybe they're just straight up giving you mixed signals, but like whatever it is, it's like you're seeking some kind of closure. You might even be trying to move on from this person, because there's definitely something about an ending here. And yeah, it's something about an ending. It's going to be slightly different for everyone. So this could even be like a recent breakup. This could be like distance between the two of you. And it's like you can't move on from them though, because there's definitely this lack of closure here. And you have like so many questions that you want to know. And with Gemini 2 coming up, that's another sign. That's another zodiac popping up here. Gemini, sun, moon, or rising. But it's like you feel like there's a conversation that needs to be had between the two of you. And the universe is saying, like, don't give up on this. Don't give up on this person. They may be a little bit closed off right now, but there is potential for you two to have this conversation. It's like you really want to sit down with them and be totally honest and talk it out and figure out, like, okay, what the heck is going on between us? And yeah, there's definitely a conversation here that needs to be had. And I do feel like it will happen very soon. You know, it's like something that can't be avoided. It's like you can't fully move forward until you talk to this person completely honestly. Okay, so now let's get into your tarot cards. I'm going to put these aside. So we have the Fool. We have 7 of Coins. And we have the Queen of Wands here. So definitely have some Aries coming up here. Okay, but also earth and fire. Okay. So this person really like wants to start over with you. I feel like there was some kind of like rift or something between the two of you and they want to start over. they do want to take a leap of faith with you too. They don't even mind acting foolish. There could be something about, like, I'm hearing like, oh, it's people telling, like, friends friends telling a person like, oh, it's foolish to forgive them. So that could go either way. Like, you could have your friends could be telling you like, don't forgive this person, like, don't be a fool, don't be an idiot. There's a chance it could be vice versa, where like their friends are telling them, or their family is telling them like, don't forgive this person, don't give them a second chance, like, that's just foolish. And like, someone here is saying to another like, you're being dumb, which is total BS here, because love, that's what love is all about. Love is about being foolish and taking a risk, and there is no reward without the risk. And you do have to put yourself out there. You do have to risk heartbreak, and that's how it goes. That's that's what love is all about. It's about forgiveness too. So maybe this person did you wrong, or maybe you made a mistake and maybe you hurt them, or someone got hurt, and it's like, we just need to move past this. We just need to forgive and move forward. So they're definitely attracted to you on a physical level here, with the Queen of Wands popping up. So they're very much attracted to like your boldness and your fiery energy, and they do feel like you have a lot of passion. They see you as someone who's very like excitable and really fun to be with, a little bit unpredictable as well, a little bit risky too. They do see this love connection as a big risk here, and it's like they could possibly be throwing something away or risking something in order to be with you. So I'm trying to see what else before I pull more cards. See if there's anything else I can get from here. I think I'll just put these here for now. And let's pull a few more tarot cards. Okay, Ace of Cups in reverse. The Hanged Man. Some Pisces energy. Death in reverse. Scorpio energy. The World in reverse. Some major arcanas here. King of Cups. So the Queen of Wands with the King of Cups here. And lastly, the Four of Swords in reverse. Okay, so they're definitely restless about you here. Now this Death card really, where is that first card that I pulled? Yeah, the Ash. This card really reminds me of the Death card here with the Ash card. Like, I think this is pinning down a very similar message about like this person feeling very transformed by your connection. And the fact that it's reversed shows me like it's not over. The World in reverse too. So like this card is all about conclusions and ending. It's the final card in the major arcana, but it came up reversed, so it's saying like there's a lack of closure here. It's like something that feels like it's over, it's not really over. And I feel like someone here tried to run away from this connection. Maybe it was you, maybe it was them. But it's like you can't get away from one another. We have both a queen and a king here. So this is a perfect match. And you can definitely be a same-sex couple here. It doesn't have to be like a man and a woman, but just like this is masculine and feminine energy and just like the feeling of balancing one another out. But yeah, and very similar message with the Ace of Cups reverse. It's like having this new beginning with you, but it's also like repeating something from the past. So like I see a second chance between the two of you. So, you know, this is definitely hope for those who feel like it's over. And it's like, will this person forgive me? Is like a second chance coming? And I feel like yes, definitely. Because I feel like this person is waiting on you, and they're also like, they're waiting for a sense of closure, and it's like they can't get it. They just have to be with you, really. It's like they're not gonna just get that closure. So I'm gonna pull some messages from the Hidden Truth Oracle. Now what messages do they have from their subconscious for you? I can't stop thinking about you. I feel you leaving me behind. I hid who I really am from you. Finding out the truth crushed me. Okay. So yeah, there definitely could have been a falling out. You know, and maybe some of you, this was very dramatic, a very dramatic falling out, and for others, maybe a little bit more subtle. Maybe it was just like a little bit of distance, but yeah, this person is kind of worried that they're definitely insecure here, and they are worried that you are gonna find someone better or that you've forgotten about them. So it's very much like, don't forget about me, because you are on their mind a lot here. Okay, so does this person love you? I feel like they are definitely in love with you here, and I think they've either, you've tried to push each other away maybe, or there's definitely like this thing of like unfinished business. So there's definitely like a very honest conversation you need to have with one another. So I do see that in your future. I would really try to make an effort to make sure this happens, and really like look for opportunities to speak with this person where you can just be totally honest with one another and try to have that conversation, because it's kind of like there's something that's kind of bothering you, and you're like, I just need to ask this person. Maybe you need to straight up ask them, are you in love with me? And you need to really like talk about your feelings with one another. But yeah, this person truly does love you. I do feel it pretty strongly. Okay, so I really hope you enjoyed this reading. I hope it resonated. If you feel like it didn't, you know, listen to your intuition, and maybe this is not the right pile for you. I also have many other pick a card tarot readings on my channel, so check those out and see if you resonate. But yeah, I hope you found this helpful. But thank you so much for watching, and thanks for the thumbs up and the positive comments. Thanks for subscribing, and I send you all my love. Namaste.